Hey everybody, Brian the Wild Armenian, rat ride carport builder, mechanic, real estate investor, carport mechanic, whatever you want to call me. Don't call me late for lunch. And bear with me here, folks. I had the China virus. It's been almost a week. Tomorrow will be a week. The old COVID-19 China virus from Wuhan lab in China, wherever they originated it, I think somewhere there. And it's been a doozy. And also, double winter today. We got a hurricane, I was thinking of this guy, John Anderson, country singer, is in that song, Seminole Wind, blow, blow, Seminole Wind, all the way up from Micanopy. Well, that thing's hitting the Seminoles there in Tallahassee. It's gonna, so it's not a good one. It's a big storm, and here in Marion County, so far, well, it's not quiet. The wind is, if you can hear the background noise, it's the wind. Hey, for you folks tuning in first time for my channel, I'm Brian, the ACM. I retired at 65. And excuse me, I gotta get my iced tea here. I retired at 65. I wanted to retire at 62, trust me, or 52, excuse me. But I had colon cancer, a train of other ailments in my life, and misfortunes that I had to wait until I'm 65, and it's all right, and of course, the reason why 65, why you say 65, my full-time retirement is 66 in 8 months, but 65 is actually early for me. Because I don't get full-time, but I get Medicare, and that's what I wait. As soon as I got that Medicare, Katie hit the barn, man. I went out the door, and don't want to look back. And I do look back. I reflect back. But that's it. And here you go. I got the old cab down from the old gondola crane there, kind of prepping for the hurricane. We're preppers here in Florida. You better be a prepper if you live in Florida. So far, like I said, it's coming down there, but it's they say we're going to have 60 mile an hour to 70 mile an hour winds, and these old oak trees right here, they like to snap like toothpicks. A couple hurricanes years ago, over 20 years ago, made me appreciate a pine tree because they're pretty rugged. I can't even talk. Rugged, resourceful. Anyway, I was talking about something here. I haven't really had any energy to make a video, and now I finally figured out I'm going to make a video. I felt up to it, and I wanted to talk about something. I've been watching a lot of videos and a lot of history. My last video was on what the Fed did about lowering the interest rates. Their political move for a political candidate in office. So, and that's what it is. So more and more I dive into it and investigate it. It's nothing more than that, because the housing prices haven't gone down. We're still in the same pickle. If you want to use a few points here and there, so what? Interest rates high. I'm not trying to persuade you one way or the other to vote for a candidate, but all I'm saying is be aware of your surroundings. And that's really what my video is about, to be honest with you. It took me a while to get around there. I had to get you into my introduction, especially the newcomers. And you old folks, you're not you old folks, but you folks have been with me for a while. Thank you for being with me, and I really appreciate it. Appreciate your support and the comments. Anyway, be aware of your surroundings. Here we are. We're going to have an election coming up November. Weird things have been happening. Candidate Trump has been, former President Trump's been two assassinations attempt. The Fed mysteriously lowers the interest rate. Mayor Adams in New York now has got all these charges against him. They're trying to get rid of him because he talked out on the immigrants that are coming into his city, and he was a donor of this other party. and they're kind of like throwing him under the bus. So be aware. Just pay attention, folks. That's all I can say. Just pay attention. You know, and going back, diving into history, back in the 20s, okay, I believe the pandemic, that pandemic back then was over around 1924. And then Harding, I think it was, I may be wrong, president. But then there was a president that got into office in the mid-roaring 20s, or close to the end of the 20s, Hoover. He won the election, and then 29, the stock market crashed. So he jumped in the seat. It's like you won the election of the Titanic to be the captain of the ship. So they hit the iceberg, then they slide you right in the seat of being the captain. You go down with the ship, you know, and that's what happened to this guy. And for his 4-year, he was a 4-year president, and they didn't like him. He was capitalist, and they voted 4 years. They had enough of him, you know. So that would have been the last time a Republican had the seat in the house, in the White House, up until Dwight D. Eisenhower in the mid-60s. So, you know, that was kind of a raw deal there for the man. That's the way I look at it, you know, and it was kind of set up by other means, other things, but they used him as a scapegoat, and that's the way I look at it. Now, what was that? Eisenhower, Dwight D. Eisenhower came up with the "In God We Trust." I did that. Ike did that. But Roosevelt, in the 20s, after he got into being in the 30s, the president came up with Social Security, enforced that or put that into play, and then also did a lot of other things. They rebuilt the country, and if you look back at things, this stuff was going to happen anyway. But it just made them look that way. For 20 years, you didn't have a Republican president. So that's all. I'm not Republican. I'm not the Democrat. I'm an independent. I'm not even an independent party. I've always voted conservative. But I just thought, you know, like I said, just be aware of your surroundings, of what's happening nowadays. Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes life has a kind of a, what am I trying to say here? Sometimes life repeats itself in some incidents. You know, we're not all unique, you know, and things happen, you know. I remember when Jimmy Carter was in office, we had high inflation, high interest rates, and that was a bad time. Couldn't even buy a job. And for then after that, it was a while before a Democrat got into office. Think about that, you know. Ronald Reagan got in, and then Iran automatically released those hostages, you know. And he whipped the economy back, and there was George W. And then, so, you know, you got to look at things, what happened, you know, in the past history, for kind of a guidance for the future. I think one party, the Democrat Party, really looks at that. I think they really look at that model of Jimmy Carter, and so they're trying to keep their party in power. So I really believe that's why all these shenanigans are happening nowadays. Control the media and everything like that, and it's obviously, you know, and for me to sit here and tell you conspiracy field, no. There's a lot of my friends, folks, and across this nation, I mean all across the aisle, Democrats now, Democrats now, and of course Republicans know what's going on. You know, and then you got one party that, it's funny, you know, you got a party that's the Republican parties ended up being like the Democrat Party. They're for the people. It's weird, you know, it's kind of like they're for healthy food. You got Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy now on the Republicans. I mean, he's an independent, but he's supporting because he says that, you know, he's from a family of noble Democrats. History, I mean, gee, I mean, I consider them high noble, you know, from history, you know, I mean, good Democrats. And he's just, he's talking smack about the Democrat Party. You got Tulsi Gabbard, you know, that's dropped out of the Democrat Party, is now enforcing President Trump, you know. So, and then you got Republicans like Dick Cheney that are for Kamala Harris and the Democrats. And so, and also Mitt Romney and other Republicans have joined in supporting Kamala Harris's thing, and you know, and what that's about is war. You know, so today's your decision. You know, today you can vote for the Democrats for war, or you can vote Republican for peace and to get out of war. And that's what's happening. It used to be the other way around. You know, it used to be the Democrats were for the working man, but no longer that's happened. They're all, you know, every time you see a Democrat convention, it's always the big famous movie stars, the hip hoppers and the low poppers and whatever you want to call them all. But they're all, you know, the Oprah Winfreys. They're not for the small people. Hell no. They're for the elites, industrial elites. And that's what's happening nowadays. So kind of weird. It's kind of a twist and a turn, and maybe a turn for the better. Hopefully that is. Might have lost some of y'all in this. Oh well, I mean, the truth is the truth. Be aware of your surroundings. This is another series of my be aware of your surroundings. Now, getting back to that last video I did, and not counting the short that was out there on me, but it's talking about the Fed dropping the interest rate. And a lot of people go, well, you know, elections don't really matter. Oh, bullshit. You know, that's like telling, pick a football team. Let's say the Miami Dolphins, telling them, fire your coach. Don't ever hire a coach. You don't need a coach, you know? Just let the quarterback run the game. Bullshit, you know? You need a president, you know, and you also need Democrats, and you need Republicans. We need to all disagree to disagree. I guess I said that right. So we do need two parties. You know, that's what America's about, you know, the land of the free and the opportunities. But we need to be civil about the way we do things and not be controlling. We need not to control the media like it's been happening. It's sad. The media doesn't need to be controlled like it has been. And there's like 5 networks that are just totally Democrat networks, basically. There's only one, well, actually, there's Fox is the biggest one. It's conservative. But then you got Newsmax and then One American Voice. So then, you know, so that's sad, you know, when the media will do that. Now, Fox News, I will say, they try to be they get Democrats on there, and they try to be more diplomatic, I guess, not more controlling, but they are conservative. Oh, heck yeah. So I will say that. But you know, one thing they don't realize, these networks, they're going to have to realize that social media is getting stronger. It's been strong, but it's going to get stronger and stronger, and it's going to dominate, and one day people are going to pull the plug on the cable. And you know, at home, like this storm, and it's a sad, you know, me and the wife watched the reporting of the storm. We're keeping up with the tracking of the hurricane. So we'll go to Fox. And then I'll also go to YouTube. There's some guys that have their own meteorologists, and they're meteorologists, these guys on YouTube. They got their own channels. And so I watch those also, and to keep me informed. But, you know, we were looking at one that had a good thumbnail, and I told the wife, oh, no, don't click on it. It was ABC. And I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear anything ABC, CNN, or NBC, or MSNBC, because they're not truthful media. They don't report media. They're one-sided media. So, you know, they're liable to, you know, something happens, you know, what they do is we get the storm, and they got some climate activists on there, you know. I don't want to hear that. I want to find the tracking of the storm, you know. If you want to do that, good thing, you know, when Noah was building the ark, you know, you didn't have these climate people coming up to Noah and go, hey, you know, this is called because green fact, you know, and the emissions, carbon emissions from our automobiles. No, God flooded the earth. So we've had what's not greenhouse? What is it? Climate change since biblical days. You know. Yeah. So let's not try to keep your parties in power because of the narrative of climate change. You know. Come on, that's been around a while. Hey, everybody, I'm going to get off my soapbox here. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Doesn't cost anything. This poor channel needs all the help it can get. There's a lot of things important today. My Lord Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, my wife. You know, I always better say that. You know, a happy life is a happy wife. Oh yeah, my friends, my family. Oh yeah, my kids. I love them. And my country, yeah, got red, white, and blue, man, America. And you folks, by all means, please take care of yourself, and God bless.